Pregnancy is a time of vulnerability, a time when expectant parents place their ultimate trust in the professionals hired to guide them. In Pretoria, South Africa, a clinic named You and Me Midwife-Led Maternity Care promised a safe, natural haven for mothers. At the helm was Yolande Maritz Fouchee, a veteran midwife with over 15 years of experience and thousands of deliveries under her belt. To the outside world, she was a dedicated professional. But behind the closed doors of her Murrayfield clinic, a nightmare was unfolding. Between 2019 and 2020, a horrific pattern emerged. Healthy pregnancies were suddenly turning into catastrophic emergencies. Mothers reported being given what they were told was just water mixed with a natural rescue remedy to calm their nerves. In reality, the prosecution would later reveal that Fouchee was lacing their drinks with Cytotec and oxytocin, powerful labor-inducing drugs. She administered these medications in secret, without the mother's knowledge or consent, forcing their bodies into violent, unnatural labor. The results were devastating. The artificial acceleration caused severe complications, fetal distress, and unimaginable trauma. When complications arose, Fouchee ignored the warning signs. She refused to acknowledge that her patients required emergency intervention. Desperate parents begged to be transferred to private hospitals as their babies turned blue and unresponsive. Their pleas were denied. In one horrifying instance, she even refused to call emergency services until a frantic family transferred 3,000 rand into her account. To make matters worse, Fouchee allowed her teenage daughter, an unqualified minor, to assist her in the delivery room. The tragic climax of this negligence occurred in 2019, with the birth of a baby boy named Noah van Kloog. Noah was born severely compromised, tiny, and unable to breathe. Due to the delayed medical response, he passed away just 9 days later. Other infants survived the traumatic births, but were left with lifelong disabilities, including severe cerebral palsy and cortical visual impairment. For a time, it seemed the midwife would face no consequences, but the families refused to be silenced, banding together to seek justice. In 2020, the investigative journalism program Carte Blanche blew the case wide open, exposing the horrors of the clinic to the nation. The public outcry was swift. By 2021, the South African Nursing Council had permanently deregistered Fouchee. But losing her license wasn't enough for the grieving parents. They demanded criminal accountability for the lives she destroyed. Backed by the AfriForum Private Prosecution Unit, the families pushed the state to act. In June 2024, Yolande Maritz Fouchee was finally arrested. She faced a staggering 14 charges in the Gauteng High Court, ranging from fraud and assault to culpable homicide. During the trial, Fouchee pleaded not guilty. She claimed her actions were standard, denying that she ignored the deadly risks. However, the state brought forward undeniable expert medical testimony, harrowing accounts from the victims, and even the testimony of Fouchee's own daughter. The prosecution proved that her explanations were medically impossible and that she acted callously outside the scope of her profession. On April 9, 2026, Judge Poppy Masopa delivered the final, devastating blow to Fouchee's defense. She was found guilty. Guilty of fraud, guilty of assault, and guilty of the culpable homicide of baby Noah. The ruling brings a close to a dark chapter in South African medical history, exposing how easily a trusted haven can become a trap. As Fouchee awaits her sentencing, the families of the victims are finally seeing the justice they fought so relentlessly to secure. Nothing can undo the damage done by the midwife monster, but her conviction ensures she will never hold another life in her hands again. Hit the like, subscribe, and notification button for more.